Battle of the Challenges podcast with Vincent Cloud
and Scotty Allwood. Hi there.
Yeah, this is full energy, Scott.
Oh,
Scott,
yeah, sorry.
Are you from?
What up,
are you
guys?
from?
Totally gonna do this podcast. All Stars, episode 2, motherfudges.
Well, we're just dealing with future Scott. He's from the future.
What up? I'm ready to go. What about you, bud? Sure am, dude. All right, so we got a little buddy here with us today for the show. He's gonna help. Did you like the episode? No, it was junk. Oh, sorry, dude. The episode was junk. I guess we're gonna have to talk about
that. What's his name?
Fist pump.
Fist pump or piss pump?
Piss pump.
Piss pump. Oh, piss pump. You've done it again, piss pump. Tell me, piss pump, what did you feel about the title of All Stars episode 2, All That You Can't Leave Behind?
Stop smelling my hair. Oh, sorry. He loved it, dude. He was telling me earlier that he loved the title, but thought the episode was junk.
The man can speak for himself.
You're right. Sorry. I'm going to come over here, though, and just let him do his thing. Thought the episode name was great.
All right. Hey, piss pump, can we get Scott back and maybe you out of here? Yeah.
He just left.
You should.
There's a door down here, too.
Thank God.
Yeah, no, I agree with piss pump. I thought the episode was fine. Honestly, I thought it was fine. It was a little junky. What did you think, Vince?
Fine, but a little junky. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it, like, the first episode was just so good. So the second one had a lot to live up to, and it kind of felt just predictable. Like, it just went to the steps, which is good, I guess, because it reminded me of an old episode. But I don't know. Maybe I just didn't care about the first half of the episode being about Trishelle talking to Anissa. I don't want to see Anissa in this show.
Yeah.
The less Anissa, the better for me.
The
episode ended up having some great moments. Trishelle versus Katie, beautiful. Katie is a goddess.
True, but okay. By predictable, do you mean like from editing terms? Like, as soon as we realize that Trishelle has back-to-back scenes with Katie and then Anissa, you're like, well, she's out of here, or at least she's going into elimination,
right?
Yeah.
Because so I mean, if you want to go in order that the episode happens, Trishelle is talking about not wanting to go home first. You know, Katie and Trishelle used to be roommates. I wish that would have been a show. That would have been fun to see. Like, I wish back then that would have been fun, like showing them as roommates. I don't know. I just want all. Sorry.
There's a third. There's a third roommate that's never mentioned. Do you know who that is?
I do not.
No? Kendall.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah. And it's never mentioned. And I didn't know this. Maybe I did at one time, but I didn't know this. And someone was like, oh my gosh, she was totally a roommate during Inferno, Inferno.
That makes
something like
the whole thing so much more interesting. Why wouldn't they talk about that?
Because Anissa needs to be there, Scott. Anissa needs that. Yeah, exactly. Right. Every time she turns up in this episode, it does something. There's a chemical reaction to seeing her, and it's not a positive one, Scott.
I agree. I don't know, man. Like, I think I had talked about in podcasts how I was glad that she was still around, because she was bringing like the old school vibes to it. But now I'm just so over her. Like, I don't want her around. She's not doing it for me. She's not bringing anything. When we have other people who can be old school representation now, I don't want to see her.
Psychological hives. That's what she gives me. Yes.
You know, what makes me mad about it is that we've seen her recently. I don't want to see scenes with her when Tech is in the house, when Ruthie's in the house. You know, like people we haven't seen forever. Let's see some scenes of them interacting. That'd be fun.
Yeah, why didn't we get a scene, for example, with Ruthie? Like, you know, she had a thing with drinking. I mean, you know, that's one of the reasons why I remembered her way back when. Her and Tech would be like making jokes about Ruthie, and Ruthie's like, God damn it, you know,
We
like
did.
crying
I
in the
mean,
shower and shit.
to be fair, we did get Tech and Ruthie moments in this episode. So I mean, them specifically, we did. I mean, you just want to continue on with the chronological episode of though? We're kind of all over the place here with just our thoughts.
Yeah, but that means we got to talk about Anissa now.
Do we? Oh yeah.
Where
Yeah,
she's like, you know, I know back in Rivals 2, I said some shit, and apparently I didn't know this. Trishelle cut her toe on a piece of glass next to the pool. Yeah.
And then the production wouldn't let her get aid or something to that extent.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So then it was like she was looking for an excuse out. Might as well get in a fight. Might as well say, Anissa, what the fuck are you? Like, you're black, like you're white, you're straight.
You could tell she was out of it, like drunk or something, because just the way she was talking, you know, like, what are you? I don't know. I don't have a good Trishelle impression ready to go. But if you rewatch that moment, you can tell she's just completely like, it seems blackout drunk.
Yeah, and then I think someone alleged that she had like some pills too or something.
Okay.
I don't know.
See, that would make
sense. Yeah, but on top of all that, and you got a cut up toe, you know, and yeah, I'm sure that was fucked up. And if I was next to Anissa and I was fucked up and my toe was cut, I'd be like, Anissa, come here. Oh, and then I would just release. Sounds so gross.
Yeah, it sounds like you're going to release on Anissa, and that's dirty, Vince. You're being a dirty boy.
Release on Anissa. Release Anissa. Hmm? Yeah. All right. We're done. We're done with that, right?
Yeah.
Because she's like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." And it's fine.
I just made a note of like, oh my gosh, there's so much Trishelle. Like no one else is getting time, and I think this is like 8 minutes of the episode so far, and I'm like, just over it. I'm so excited that it's a trivia mission, though. I love these.
Whoa.
Oh god.
Clashing, buddy.
No. Oh no.
We're clashing. All right, so should we get right into it? The mission,
please.
It's called Ancient Challenge History, and yeah, this is gonna be trivia about the challenge, which is cool. I do like that because I could play along and stuff. But the other thing that kind of is very suspect is that you know, every time you get something wrong, you take a step. There's like 3 circles, 3 different panels, right?
It's very weight-based as well, because the heavier people are having issues with dropping easier. The lighter people are not. Yes,
but then this is me in the back of the class, even though I'm teaching it. I'm like, but teacher, Mr. Allwood, and then the rest of the class, like, they're still not used to calling you Allwood yet.
Right.
These are young kids.
What's your question, kid? Oh my gosh. All right, so back to the subject at hand. We got trivia. We got 3 spots. They're getting questions asked, and some of them are very specific questions. You okay? All right, so I want to talk about the actual questions. I wrote up each of them down that they actually did, because
wow. Okay, let's hear these.
Which season did the first pole pretzel take place?
The pole pretzel?
Pole pretzel.
The duel.
Yeah. Who competed in the first pole wrestle on the duel? And I thought that was
Derek
nice because
right.
it wasn't. Because my mind went, of course, to them as well. But Derek was asked the question, so Derek was there and knew that it was actually Anissa and Paula. So that was fun.
That's fucked up.
Why?
Because Derek is
oh yeah, see, like they're asking very specific questions like that, and other people who weren't on the show are getting specific questions too. So it's, I mean, they're getting rewarded for being on the show, and the other people are not, even though it's supposed to be like, hey, welcome back to the show. Here's some stuff you don't know. Go ahead and try to guess it.
Okay, so two major things that are about this thing. It's trivia, right? And then the thin floors. First of all, Anissa, she never left. She participated in all these seasons, and she fucking wins, right? But she does get one wrong, and she takes a step on her first step. People lighter than her has fallen through those things. I don't think it was. I think these things were put together rather badly. I don't
they
trust.
They always are. This shit is
Yes,
always suspect.
Right, but we need to acknowledge it, Scott. We got to, not everyone is listening. Like this is their first podcast. They're like, "Who the fuck is Scott? Who the fuck is?" You know what I mean?
Piss pump. What the hell's going on in this podcast?
I was right there with him too. Oh my gosh!
Yeah, you didn't know I was going to do that, so sorry.
And I didn't know you would yell at me in class and make me forget my entire question. Honestly, I'm still thinking. I'm like, I fucking remember. Yeah. So, anyways, she is a heavy person and didn't fall, proper. Like and then little dainty Kendall, she never fell through anything,
And she gave up at the end. It was very strange.
Yeah,
like she just kind of popped over and then sat there like a weirdo. How cool was it to see how specific these questions were getting about specific cities and remembering every single bit of it? Like Anissa, Ruthie doing amazing as well. Like she has to be a fan of the show, like checking it out, watching it and stuff, because she was killing it, dude. I loved seeing it.
Yeah. But then we got to mention one of the worst parts of this trivia thing is because TJ likes to boast about like how, oh my God, this is my thing and this is my time to laugh like a fucking maniac and like stick up my tongue like like it's so annoying. And like he is over the top. He's always over the top, but it's like cranked to 11 to borrow from Spinal Tap. You know what I mean? Like this is obscene amount of laughter.
It's very obnoxious. And when he did it, when Katie hurt her nose or face again, like that was wild.
Yeah.
Then, well, how did you do when he was asking these questions? Like, who got an atomic wedgie?
Brad.
They said it was Adam King. I was like, come on now. Nehemiah, you should know that. Tech and Nehemiah got down to those two.
Yeah. So they're both fans.
Yeah.
Right? Well, it just takes fans or someone who just refuses to grow up and move out of the fucking house already, Anissa.
Oh my gosh. So it was just cool seeing Tech and Nehemiah. I'm big fans of both of them. I'm a big fan of both of them. And then Tech, oh my gosh, that last question was so rough to see. Do you remember what it was?
Not at all.
What season did Nehemiah win? And Tech goes, Gauntlet.
Oh, yeah.
And then TJ was like, it was the Gauntlet 3.
Oh gosh. Just mentioning that on a podcast, TJ's head grows just a little bit bigger. Yeah.
Vince hates TJ with a passion. If this is your first podcast with us,
the passion flares up and down. Sometimes I'm just so broken. We're like, I don't give a fuck. Laugh. You know what I mean?
Laugh, whatever, dude. Fuck you.
Okay, so Nehemiah wins the lifesaver. But Anissa will win. Trishelle is the first one to drop, so she's going automatically in.
Hey, that was a nice moment that I liked. Where she was like, I don't give a fuck about Johnny Bananas. I don't know what he was on or this and that. And then she falls.
That is awesome. Let's get out of the mission, right?
All right.
Out of the house. Yeah. Out of the house, where they're having a little meeting right before actual nomination.
Yeah.
And Trishelle, I think she's the one that says Beth ? You know? But then Anissa's like, what about Kendall? She never fucking jumped or whatever, you know? And then Trishelle says something about like, and there's my so-called best friend Katie standing there like, oh, I don't know what to do. Hello, nominate yourself to go against me. Isn't that what she basically said?
I don't know. This whole thing was confusing me. I don't know what Trishelle wanted. Because it gets really weird. Like, why is she wanting to go against Katie? I don't
know. I mean, because immediately after nominations, she's like, oh my God, you didn't tell me first. Like, I had to hear it from fucking whoever, Derek, like gross, you know? Yeah, she's so offended. But let's get into the nomination real quick. I think it's Gisela suggests Kendall, and rightfully so, right?
And then Kendall is all over the place. She reminded me of me in a moment where I'm just nervous as hell. So she is like just talking circles about why she didn't just fall through the platform and this and that.
Right.
But it was kind of sad watching. But Gisela was like, she reminds me of a liar. I'm like, oh, all right, well, she reminds me of a nervous person. All right. She doesn't want to go. She's not very good with the words. I don't know.
All right. Well,
but I forgot that Darrell and Kendall were on the same season together. And he mentioned how he's not going to vote for her because of that, and that they won the Inferno together. And I went, oh, Darrell, baby boy, love him. I'm a big fan of Darrell, so love him.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, he like he votes for someone else instead. It was kind of funny. Okay, and then Kendall asked like, well, who fell second? Although, I mean, whatever. Or fell second, fell first, fell second. Yeah, and that was Gisela. Yeah, and then they're like, are you saying she should go in? She should have said yes, you know, like really quietly. like why'd you say, you little mouse? You know. So they go back to the house, and yeah, for some reason Trishelle is gonna get mad. She's gonna, you know, say like, why am I hearing it from Derek? You should have told me first. And Katie's like holding a plate of food, like, I went to go eat. You know, I grabbed a plate for you. No, she didn't. Did she grab a plate for
I did read something that Katie was saying that she had missed out on food a couple of days before because she didn't immediately go get some. So that she was worried about making sure she even got her food, and that she was going to do that real quick and then go tell her. So really the blame is on Derek for being a little shithead about running up to Trishelle for some reason. Like, if they're best friends, they aren't, as far as I know. And he was talking to Kendall earlier in the show too. Like, he's looking where that camera's at and he's getting on screen. Props to him. I do like Derek, so.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe he was like, yeah, give me some Trishelle time and Kendall time.
Thank him for this, because we had so many great moments coming from him just telling Trishelle that Kendall was going in, because then everything blew up and it's amazing. Thank you, Derek.
Well, I just wish I wish producers would have kept in the line where Katie's like, hey, last time, you know, that whole thing, but last time I was too late, so I would pick a plate now, you know. Instead, just cut to her saying, fuck you, bitch. And they're just like screaming at each other from downstairs and stuff. It's like 4 a.m. or something, right?
What was the quote that Katie said? It was like, it's 20 years ago, let it go.
Yeah.
It was in the trailer. It was just a great moment. Like, she's being so perfectly Katie that we know and love, but also such a mature version of herself. So she's still giving us that quality entertainment, but from a, like a updated version of herself. So because she's not being crazy, she's making valid points. Like Trishelle is being wild. Like, what is she even doing?
Right. That's the only thing that sucked. Like, was it cool to see Trishelle and Katie yell at each other? I guess, I'm sure in some way, yeah. But I wish it was a mature fight. Like, God damn it, Trishelle, the mortgage. You know what I mean? Like something of significance, not Trishelle trying to be like, I'm gonna revert back to my fucking bitchy 20-year-old self, okay? And I want you to join me, Katie. You know what I mean? Like, it
At
was
the
bad.
at the end of the fight too, Trishelle's like, it's fine, I've got plenty of friends. She doesn't, and I'm like, fuck, cutting deep over her getting some food. All right.
Maybe Trishelle needed to eat. That was the secret.
Yeah, she was just hungry. She was hangry, as they say.
Oh no. It's entered the podcast lexicon. Hangry. All right. Let's get into the elimination.
Yes.
Wanna?
Yes, please.
Okay, so Nehemiah doesn't use the lifesaver. So far, the lifesaver hasn't been used.
Mm-hmm.
What does it mean if it is used? That is a good question. What do you think?
He gets to choose who goes in instead.
It's too much
Right?
power. That's too much power, because then that means
Because he could
no
save
matter
that
what.
person. Well, who was going to choose then? Because he decides to save Kendall, and then he needs to replace Kendall with someone else. That's why he doesn't want to use it, is because if he puts someone else in there and they come back, they're going to be gunning for him on the next elimination.
Yeah. No, I mean, I agree, like, who else is going to do it, but I still think it's fucked up that like, you would be given so much power,
Well, I mean, I'm loving that it gives the other person incentive to win, to have some sort of power like that. It's a very good power to have, because you can install fear in competitors and help make sure that, maybe a person who is not your ally is going into elimination. It's like, hey,
sure,
I can put you in, mofo. So you better do what I say. Oh, dang. Whoa. Well, he did this. He went, I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah, I was like,
I never know when it cuts back or forth.
Yeah, you really don't. Let's talk about the elimination. Not so fast. Why?
Whoa.
Why is that? Is it overdone?
I don't like the elimination. What? I think it would be a lot of fun to do. I don't think it's fun to watch. Never has been. And I'm just tired of seeing it too.
Hey, whoa. Don't include me. But I do agree that no. I think the original version in the Ruins was the better version.
Oh yeah. I like that. I wouldn't mind seeing that come back.
Yeah. The only problem is with both cases is that you can get coached while doing this. Like, Darrell was helping Kendall, which was adorable, right? I fucking love that. But then other people were helping Trishelle,
I'm not a big fan of people helping others in their eliminations. Not a fan of it. Just let them do the elimination. Duct tape everyone's mouth. They can watch, but don't say shit.
Well, there's a sport called golf, and they just hold aside and quiet, please. That's all they have to do. They don't have to use duct tape, Scott. Not everything has to use duct tape.
Dang it. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of duct tape. What can I say? The world needs, I want to see more of it.
Duct tape isn't just for ducks, the duct work. All right, man. You know what? Who do you think was going to win this? You were like, I'm surprised.
I don't remember who said it, but someone was saying that out of the two, whoever wants it more is going to win, and that's Kendall. And I agreed with them. I went, yeah, Trishelle doesn't care enough to fight for it. Kendall does. Kendall wants to be there. Trishelle is feeling hurt.
Did Trishelle want to go against Katie?
Probably. I don't know.
Because
She's
you'd rather
mad.
go against your own friend. You know what I mean?
I think maybe she wanted Katie to throw it for her.
Oh, really? Wow.
Maybe she was trying to guilt her into doing that. I don't know.
But they were in each other's weddings.
And that's maybe why Trishelle wanted to go against her, is because she was like, oh, since I'm going in, you should throw it for me and I can stay and you can leave. I think that was maybe what she was thinking, now that I think about it.
Yeah, it really seems like it was kind of a one-sided friendship. I mean, Trishelle just wanting to be very dominant over Tiny Katie. Yeah. You know what? That was the end of the episode, Scott. You made it.
Bye, Trishelle.
Bye, Trishelle. And then that's it. That's the end of my notes. Anything else to mention before we sign off?
That there's nothing, man. I thought the episode was junk. But actually, I mean, I'm saying it's junk and whatnot, but it was actually a fine episode. I would give it like a 6 or a 7 because
and I take away that 6
because it gave me some good moments with Katie and Trishelle, and Tech and Ruthie almost won the mission, so I'd give it a 6.
Wow,
6
right,
out
man.
of 10.
And I give it 5 out of 10.
I'd give the first
hairbrushes.
Oh my, that's whew. I didn't think you'd be giving it 5 hairbrushes, man. If it was just 5, I'd be like, oh, okay, but 5 hairbrushes, that's pretty good.
Out of 10.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Anyways, you know what? That's the end of it. All I got to say is like, subscribe, comment. And this was Battle of the Challenges podcast with Vince and Cloud.
It's got all what? Bye. Oh.